Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Welcome to Chris is Talking, or welcome back to Chris is Talking. And this is my weekly One Piece manga chapter review. This is for chapter 824, Little Pirate Games. And wow, Oda delivered. Oda really has been giving us these chapters time after time these past few weeks now, almost, I would say several months. He's been doing amazingly. The chapter continues on from last week's chapter where Luffy and the rest of the Straw Hats they're on the way to Big Mom, Whole Cake Island? Yeah, they're on the way to Whole Cake Island to go save Sanji, and they decided they were hungry, so who's going to cook? Some smart ass on their ship decided to put Luffy in charge, and you know what? Luffy goes, fuck it, yeah, I'll go cook. Yeah, this guy's free spirit. He thinks he can do anything. If he thinks he can be Pirate King, then why can't he be a quick little chef for his own nakama? But it turns out to be he's fucking useless. He literally almost burns down the Thousand Sunny. He uses the whole week's worth of food. Nami's going crazy. Everyone's fucking feeling all like, what the hell, how are we gonna survive? And what they don't realize is how important Sanji was over the past few years. He's been the only person to cook. If I was to trust anybody else in the kitchen, especially on the Thousand Sunny, out of the Straw Hats, it would be between Brook. No, you know what? He'd make too much of a joke of it. It would be between Robin or Usopp. Robin, because she's older enough, but like she could probably handle herself in the kitchen. No, she's looking good. She'd probably help the rest of the crewmates to look good, all jokes aside. And Usopp, because he's actually fairly useful at inventing things. I'm certain that if he was stuck somewhere, he would definitely be able to make a great meal. I mean, he was stuck on some island and he somehow got fat. I doubt he got fat from just... Actually, yeah, he did just eat food, so... But that being said, I honestly believe the only people you should trust in the kitchen is Sanji, and if God forbid he's not on the ship, don't trust nobody else. If you have to, Robin or Usopp. Cooking jokes aside, literally Oda gives us a colour spread of Sanji and a koala theme, and he's cooking for the whoever he decides to be cooking for, but the chapter confirms that Sanji said he would only be cooking for his crewmates, so I think that the colourful colour spread, it was Sanji cooking for his crewmates, showing us the love and loyalty that Sanji has to his crewmates, which may be turned because of what happened at the end of the chapter, but I will go to that in a second. Once the whole comedy part of it gets put to the side, and they've shown Luffy almost burn down the Thousand Sunny. Frankie's not on the ship, so they're pretty fucked as well. So there's no Sanji to cook, there's no Frankie to fix the ship. They're just going on a manic one. Nami's going crazy. And what should I have said at first is before they noticed that the Thousand Sunny was on fire, as they were looking at the newspaper reports of what happened in the end of the last chapter, where they said that Dragon's hideout had been exposed and was obliterated, and that the Revolutionary Army had been just fucked up. Now, what I love is that some of the Straw Hats mention that if that really did happen, they really doubt that, Asobo being the number one after Dragon in the Revolutionary Army, if someone as big as him was to be taken out, as Brook, I do recall, if it's not Brook, I'm sorry, as Brook or another one of the Straw Hats mentioned, Sabo is the second strongest. If he was taken out, that would be in the headlines. If Dragon was taken out, that would be in the headlines. And they actually, Oda puts in the manga as well, it was somebody really important had given a tip off to the Marines, letting them know exactly where it was. Now, who would have been able to tell them that? Who would have been able to give them information that they can trust? Because I really doubt that the Marines are going to be picking up every single beck and call from every single person that's calling in, trying to give prank calls and stuff, you know? So it's got to be somebody really highly important. Now, in a few of the other reviews I saw, and in the comments, I saw some people actually wrote that it could be Aokiji, because it has been stated that he is working for Blackbeard. And he was the last person who was connected to, he was a fucking past admiral. Even though he's not with the admirals and Marines right now, I really do think that it's Aokiji. Aokiji's definitely got something to do with this bullshit. He's definitely snitching. They haven't said how he's helping Blackbeard, but I think that he's given their intel on what's been going on, trying to stir some shit up. Maybe he's that angry over Aikuni fucking destroying his arm and his leg now he's just limbless basically. He's only got a couple of limbs here and there. So I think it could be him, especially as he is partnered up with Blackbeard. So yeah, there's that. It's almost been confirmed practically that if Dragon was dead, it'd be in the paper. If Sabo was dead, it'd be in the paper. They never actually stated that the bodies were found, and they even spoke about that in the chapter. I'm really happy that they mentioned that. Brook knows some shit. He needs to come out and tell us what the fuck's going on. I've literally had enough of Brook giving out information and letting us know right at the end that he knows some things. Like, he let us know right at the end some subtle hints or clues, or that he knew the Vinsmoke family. So it's like, okay, Brook, you know something, but let's not pry. And then he mentioned something about Dragon. Luffy actually stated when he saw Dragon's face, he looks nothing like me. And then Brook says something about, oh, his demeanor is a lot more different when you see him face to face. Don't quote me on that, but it's roughly what he said. So you know what? I don't have it in front of me, so let's just go with what I said. But yeah, so that's pretty interesting. Brook knows some shit. I also like the fact that Luffy was extremely surprised and that he reacted to the fact that it was Blackbeard. That shows an implication that in the future, Luffy is going to now hold some form of grudge, especially as Sabo was involved. And even though Luffy wasn't he wasn't fucked at all about Dragon, but he cared a lot about Sabo. And I don't know whether Oda is going to try and do something where Sabo's been kidnapped and another Marineford incident, just like Ace, but this time Luffy may be able to save Sabo because he's with the rest of his crew members later on. Let's just say later on. I don't think it's going to happen right now, but I feel like Blackbeard's going around fucking over the family of Luffy, especially the name of D, even though he has the D in his name as well, which is kind of weird to say, but let's just put that to the side. So yeah, there's some issue going on there. I think Blackbeard's going to do something with Sabo, like either kidnap him or he's going to hold him hostage and Luffy's going to chase after him later on. The chapter then goes into some talk about Carrot and about how Carrot snuck out here and there. I wasn't really too interested about that, but I think this is some sneaky way of Oda trying to give us some hints, maybe a little bit here and there, that Carrot might actually be the next Straw Hat. I am against Carrot being the next Straw Hat, not because I hate her or anything, but I feel like there are loads more other characters who have been in One Piece who deserve more of a chance to be a member. But I'm going to leave that for a whole nother video. If you guys are interested, or if you guys have an idea of who you would want to be another Straw Hat, just leave a few names or your reasons why in discussions below, and maybe we can talk about that. Or I'll probably try to make a poll on my Anime Amino or on my Facebook anime page, and we can, or even my Twitter, we can just start discussing a few things before the next chapter comes out, because I do believe next week there isn't a chapter for any manga, because in Japan there's a special event going on, so they're going on a break. I'm so sorry for my ignorance and not knowing what the name is, but it's got something to do with being gold, I think. But yeah, so next week there's no manga reviews at all. So we're going to have a huge break, which is kind of annoying because of how amazing Oda chapters have been for One Piece. But yeah. We then get taken to Jack, and Jack is underwater. Now we see Jack for the first time without his face guard thing, and he actually looks like a fisherman, and it's interesting because we've never seen Jack without that, and until then we thought he was just a mammoth. Yeah, I do believe that the mammoth is his devil fruit, so he shouldn't be able to breathe underwater, but now that we see him without the guard, we see that he looks kind of fishman-y like. I do remember that there was a character in the Fishman Island arc who had eaten the target devil fruit, so no matter what, he could always throw things at his target and they would always go to his target, and that guy was a fish as well, but he had a devil fruit, so he always had to have a bubble around his head. That's why he could survive underwater, but apart from that, he always had to be in a bubble. Now Jack, having eaten the devil fruit, he technically shouldn't be okay underwater. He should actually be fucked, but he seems to be breathing. And the other dark guy, he was so pointless to a story, I couldn't be bothered to remember his name. But when that guy was in the story, when he was in underwater, literally underwater, he always had the bubble around him to make sure that he could survive, and he was actually a fucking fish. So I don't think that the reason why Jack can survive underwater is because he's a fisherman. I literally think it's because something to do with devil fruits allows their fake devil fruits to breathe underwater, and he was literally just fucked up that bad that he's underwater. But he is alive, so Oda doesn't just show us characters that it's for no reason. Talking about him being alive, the reaction that Kaido gives is amazing, and Kaido was there just upset because now his dreams of having a only devil fruit crew has just been washed down the drain. And then I remember his current crew that with him right now, or right then, or all stating, oh no, Kaido's the upset drunk, he's the sad drunk. And then They end up mentioning Luffy's name, and Kaido just states that he knows Luffy, he knows Trafalgar Law. These guys from the worst generations are going around fucking up his shit. Just then, Trigger, he gets into the angry drunk, he gets all violent, he gets all serious. Like, the rest of his crewmates are like, fuck, we need to get the fuck away, like, what is going on here? And then it pans to Eustace Kid in a jail, just destroyed, just mangled up. So it was definitely him, the glimpse that we saw of him in a few chapters back when Apu, that guy, showed him on his Dendenmushi, and it had a glimpse of somebody just all injured, and it's confirmed it was Eustace Kid. Kid has been fucked up. Kaido is now speaking to Kid, telling him, look, you don't know what you fucking started, you don't know what kind of games you're on. Kaido is on a Game of Thrones shit. People are going to be taken out left, right and center. Fuck my life. I really feel sorry for Eustace Kid. They really tried to show us how powerful Kid was with his high bounty and how much terror, especially in the New World, he has. But they did mention to us before that in the New World there are some big fish you can't fuck around with. Kaido is one of them. Kaido is now not giving no fucks. The Straw Hats really need to watch out, because they know about them, they know about Law, they're taking out Eustace Kid. Like, especially the fact that Doflamingo got taken out and Kaido just saying, oh, he was too weak. Doflamingo was too weak. We have serious issues now. We have serious issues because the Straw Hats are fucked. His crewmates then make the dumb decision to warn him about Luffy and Law. They actually warned Kaido about Luffy and Law, and that panel that was shown, with Kaido just stressing the fuck out, who the hell do you think I am? Fuck, that was some serious shit. Kaido is after Luffy and Law. They have no hope. And I think he's sending out Kid after Luffy and Law. So this is going to be interesting, because this is the Versus 4 Emperors arc. But I think it's personally too soon for Luffy to be going after the Yonkos themselves. So I think what's going to happen is that Kaido is going to be sending out more underlings, and Luffy's going to have to take out Jack, Eustace Kid, the rest of the people under Kaido, and every single other person, whilst on the way to finding Sanji. Once they've got Sanji, they've just got a lot of shit to be dealing with. There's a few little shows here and there that Kaido could be in a Wano country, resting up. That's where his base currently is, only because of how he was drinking his sake and how he was just resting, and then some of the scenery really does seem like it could be a Japanese, more samurai looking kind of country. That's very vague. I know it's very vague, and I know it's not really something to go on, but I do personally think that that's where Kaido is right now, which means that when that gets sorted out, Kinemon and Zoro have really got some shit to deal with. So maybe Zoro's going to deal with Eustace Kid first. Who knows? It could be Zoro versus Kid. This is going to be fairly fucking interesting. Just as I mentioned earlier, Oda literally, he put a nice pacing to this chapter. He really put a really nice pacing to this chapter, because in the same chapter we get taken to the Whole Cake Island and Sanji. How long has it been? Literally, it's almost been several months. I would say, what, 6, 7 or more chapters? Sanji's been gone for a fucking while. So when I saw that, I was like, wait, is that Sanji? And it was Sanji, for crying out loud. Yes. I love how badass he is, just smoking outside, it's snowing, and Big Mom's underlings are all saying to, like, well, that one guy saying to Sanji, like, oh, why don't you just give up the whole cool act right now, just work for Big Mom, she's being nice, you know. And Sanji's like, who do you think I am? I only follow one person, I only cook for my friends. And Big Mom's underling, well, the guy's all speaking French every now and then at the very end of his fucking sentences, then mentions about how they know about Sanji and him working in a restaurant. So I don't know whether they know about this because of the connection to the BENSOUND family, or they know about the Sanji because they've been following him because he's that powerful. So it could be a bit of both. I think it's a bit of both. Just let me know what you guys think on how you guys think he's connected. But yeah, so they know about Sanji and the BENSOUND family, and I love how right at the very end, Sanji's like, I'm not going to join the Big Mom crew, this, that. And then the rest of the underlings are like, but have you seen the picture though? Have you seen what Big Mom's daughter looks like though? Oh my god. I just couldn't believe that. We didn't even need to see what Sanji's reaction were. All we saw was his eyeballs just stretched out at the image of pudding. And yeah, now we have a whole nother issue. If Sanji had already fallen for a while ago, maybe the love would have worn down somehow. I doubt it. This is Sanji we're talking about, or maybe the love could have worn down. But no, Sanji's only just seen the picture after everything he was saying, after the whole court act. Sanji is Sanji. It looks like we have an issue. Sanji's now seeing what pudding looks like. He's in love, basically. So I'm pretty interested to see where that's gonna go, because now Sanji knows what pudding looks like. I think he's going to be falling in love with her. This brings a whole new issue to the whole saving and rescuing Sanji. And yeah, so that's that. But this was an amazing chapter. I literally give this like a 10 out of 10, because there was action, there was plot progression, there was more involvement with the Yonko. Kaido has a bigger appearance. Kaido just ends up giving more information about how he is after Luffy and Law. It's not just like he's in the background anymore. Kaido is active in the series now. This is fucking amazing. It's been years, and now we're finally seeing Kaido finally has a big part to do with the story. So that's fucking amazing. We see Eustace Kid all fucked up. So many questions before, they're now finally answered. Pacing of this chapter was amazing. It was beautiful. The art style was really, really good. We got to see Sanji again. We got to see Sanji's potential new wife, Pudding. Jack could be a fisherman because of his teeth and shit. Like literally, we find out more information about where's it, Blackbeard, Cypher Pole. Just yeah, I don't know. If I give any more, this review's going to be a lot longer. I didn't actually expect this review to be this long, but it's worth it. It's fucking worth it. This is One Piece we're talking about. If you guys like this review and you want to see me do my review or reaction or whatever to more One Piece stuff, more anime related and manga related things, do follow my channel. I do post things up quite regularly. You can follow my Twitter as well, where I'll give information about how frequently I'm posting things up related to manga, anime and movies as well. There are several playlists, so you know, if you have read the recent manga for One Piece, you can see that my playlist inside there has quite a few videos, or you can just follow through. But yeah, thank you for watching my Chris is Talking One Piece review, and I hope that you guys do subscribe, do like and do share. And you know, yeah, that's it really. I got nothing else to say. So yeah, Chris is Talking, and probably see you guys around. Yeah, peace.